Welcome faculty and other interested persons. This is a introductory video regarding the critical thinking assessment project. It's being made as one of 4 videos for the purposes of informing faculty who are considering embedding the critical thinking assessment experience in their course for the spring 2014 semester. In this video, I'll briefly, and I'll keep it to less than 7 minutes, comment on FAQs, frequently asked questions, some of which I believe you, the faculty, have been informed about through an email from Professor Lorian Lake Corral. The second video that you can find at the very least at the faculty website in the CT assessment area is one that describes the context within which we are asking you to embed this assessment opportunity for your students. The third video is focused on the issue of preparation so that the embedding can be successful for you and for your students, as well as for the institution. And the final video, the fourth video, is a brief commentary about the conceptual, historical, and more research-related aspects of the instrument that we've chosen to use and the alternatives that we have been looking at and will continue to look at. I want to stress from the outset, as a first FAQ, that this project has been ongoing and it's entering its 3rd year. We've done a bit of research on various measurement options. The option that we're asking you to try embedding in your course is selected not because it's a final choice, but rather because it's a reasonable choice. And we will be looking at if and how this measure ought to be embedded in more courses or other courses based on the feedback and the results that we obtain. Second point is that there's absolutely nothing evaluative about this research project in the sense of being performance-based. It is a feasibility study. It is primarily a descriptive, informative research effort. It will not be used as a direct feature of grading, although your choice is to use it as extra credit if you wish. It will not be used as data for course evaluation or for instructor evaluation purposes. It's simply a feasibility study as we are looking at a variety of methodologies that might be useful to students, faculty, and to the institution. This video and the ones that follow it are focused for the short term, which is to say the spring semester, with our primary concern being the faculty and their fostering their interest in embedding this in their courses. There are basically 3 tasks involved in this effort. The first was simply becoming knowledgeable about the testing opportunity as well as its context. And the second one is embedding it in your syllabus or whatever materials, a Blackboard website or whatever materials you're using to share initial expectations or expectations in an ongoing way with your students. The third task that we need the help of faculty on is making sure that if individualized results are available to students, and we believe they will be, then to assure that students have the opportunity to process those results either with yourself or with a member of the project facilitating group if you choose. So those are the 3 basic short-term tasks that interested faculty would need to be aware of. After this semester, we're hopeful that we'll continue the discussion with an interest group in this project, so that the benefits to faculty will continue in the sense of looking at assessment options and asking the hard questions about how do we relate this project in a practical way so that faculty can make use of it in refining their teaching, and so that students can make use of it in terms of refining their understanding of critical thinking in the months and years ahead. So those are basically addressing the formative issues. I think the final one would be resources. Members of the facilitating team would begin with the social science program coordinator, Professor Lorraine Lake Corral, myself, Ken Elliott, Professor James Cook, and Hirotsuke Honda, who've been working on this project for some time. In addition to that, insightsassessment.org, that's one word, insightsassessment.org, is a very informative source for background information on the measure that we're looking at this semester, as well as the history of efforts to study and implement optimal critical thinking assessment measures. So those are initial resources. A final resource is we're establishing a project archive that will begin at the faculty website in Blackboard. It may migrate depending upon the way the project unfolds this semester and the interest of the participants. It may migrate into Google or into some other venue going forward. But for the moment, it's in a familiar area to most of you, which is to say in Blackboard at the faculty website. For information on accessing the faculty website, you can email me at kelliott@maine.edu. That's one word, kelliott@maine.edu. And I'll be happy to connect you with those resources. So thank you for your interest. I think this covers the basic FAQs.